are school districts that right now are offering up to $200,000 contracts for you to teach, train, and support schools. And I'm going to show you one right now, live on the screen, that you can apply to right now. You already have the expertise. You've been doing the work. You've been doing this for years. You just haven't been getting paid for it at the level you deserve. Well, that all changes right now. So this RFP that I'm going to show you is from the Massachusetts Department of Education for elementary and secondary education. They're looking for experts to help design professional development and resources for gifted and advanced learners. Translation, what does that mean? They want educators who can train, coach leaders, and build systems that help our students who are ready for more. And get this, they're paying up to $200,000 for 2 years, but you're probably thinking 2 contract years. Absolutely not. Let me walk you through it. Okay, so I'm going to change the position of my screen so that you can see the RFP better. Okay, so now I'm in a little box at the bottom. And so let's talk about, first of all, I want to show you, I've already highlighted it for you. So I want to show you, first of all, that this is no joke. The maximum budget available for 2026 is $100,000 with an option to renew for 2027, pending funding for an additional $100,000. And all you have to do is provide your scope of work, and your budget has to be inclusive of all of your expenses, including your hourly rates for consultation services, fees and deliverables, cost of supplies and material, blah, blah, blah. So let me help you to understand how this works. And we're going to make it really easy for you. Okay, so here is the RFP, and this is what we call a request for a proposal. So you're looking at that on screen. And so this is not grant money. This is funded work from the state budget. So now let's talk about what that $200,000 actually covers. Okay, so because I want you to see this is real work that you already do, I'm going to move down to the scope of work, what it is that they're looking for. And in your head, as I'm moving down, I want you to be thinking about, what all do you think that they want you to do? What do you think is included in this? And if you have questions as I'm going, if you're catching this live, put any questions in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. And if you're catching this in the replay, hey, this is real. You still got time. This isn't due until the end of this month. So let's talk about what is required in this. Now, you're going to be quite surprised when you learn what is required in order for you to do this work. First of all, you need to develop 3 in-person full-day professional development workshops over topics related to advanced learning and gifted education. Where are my gifted education teachers at? Well, I know all of y'all who got those certifications in gifted and advanced learning that you ain't done anything with. Now is the time to do something with it. Now it says for each workshop, create presentation slides and other materials, as well as the facilitation guides. They even tell you what they like to see. And so you're going to create online training modules. You're going to create some toolkits and templates that teachers can use. And you're going to coach district leaders one-on-one. And you're going to meet with the gifted department twice a month to plan and review. So what is this saying to me? This says to me that if you've ever led PD training workshops, if you've ever supported your PLC, your team, if you've ever designed curriculum or coached teachers, you are already qualified. You don't need any additional anything. You don't need any additional training. You don't know. You have everything you need. You've done all of this before. You were just not under the title of consultant. You were under the title of teacher. So when we say this is a $100,000 contract, imagine getting $8,000 a month to do what you already do every day, but you do it on your own schedule from your laptop, and no hallway duty, no cafeteria duty, no dealing with the people next door. I don't think it gets any better than this. So let's break down the expertise that they're asking for. And I'm trying to leave it up so that you can see these are the modules they want you to create. This is the toolkit they want you to create. And they want you to create the resources for tier 1 and tier 2 instruction for both teachers and administrators so that it's aligned to the professional development that you will do in person and the online work and the online modules. Now, with the online modules, you're going to create modules is nothing but, training. You can have like Kajabi. Those are courses. You can use Teachable. You can use Thinkific, whatever. You just setting it up as a module that they will go through. And many of you all already have courses and things already done. The modules have to provide a form of video, interactive, and or written materials designed for asynchronous use by the school district. And this is a pilot program. So that's amazing. Then it goes right into what the support for the administrators would look like. Individual coaching. You're going to help them to create or implement schedules, structures, data systems, and instructional strategies for serving students with advanced learning needs and in decision making. Now, you're not going to tell me you're not going to be able to do that. So you're going to work with the administrators to successfully develop and implement the schedules, the structures, and the systems to implement tier 2 and tier 3 supports. Now, who is watching that already does that? You're not going to tell me that we don't have anybody who's already creating tier 2 and tier 3 schedules and structures in their building. And so you come up with your quick curriculum, and most times we're not even coming up with it. It's already been created. You're just adapting it for the individual school that you are working with. And then when you look at what they want for 2027, because they want to continue the contract, they want you to continue to develop the material and to continue the administrator coaching. And so that pays up to $200,000 for 2 years. Okay, $100,000 for 2026 and $100,000 for 2027. That's about $8,300 per month. And for context, that's the kind of money that, kind of those curriculum directors and instructional specialists, maybe assistant principals, that's the type of money that they make. But you can earn that really easily on one contract as a educational consultant. So this is why I tell teachers to stop waiting for permission and start positioning yourself now. So what would you do if you landed one of these contracts? Drop it in the chat. What would be your first big purchase or investment? So here's the part that most people miss. I'd love for you to share it with me in the chat because I'd love to get this conversation going. So here's the thing that most people miss. This isn't about just being good. It's about being prepared. You don't have to be a 10 out of 10. Listen here. Stop thinking that you got to have all your ducks in a row. You do not. You do not need to be a 10 out of 10. All you need to do is be prepared. And here's what you need to stand out. You got to have your professional bio or resume that shows your expertise. You don't have to have 20 years of experience. You just have to have the experience and position it. You want to have a sample PD session or a case study, either or. I'm giving you the keys right here. You got to have a narrative that matches the RFP, and then you got to have pricing that makes sense. But most importantly, you got to have the confidence to show that you can deliver the outcomes. And so this is really easy. All you got to do is set it up. So it tells you right here what the bidder has to do. And when you see something that says be an expert, there is no definition as to what makes something an expert. And you can determine when you're an expert. You got to have experience working in the school district or state departments of education, developing guidelines for students with advanced learning needs with a focus on equity and equitable access to services, especially for historically underserved groups. Come on now. You got to have deep expertise in best practices. You got to have experience engaging with diverse stakeholders. You got to have experience developing and leading webinars or in-person or virtual workshops. All of you all have done that. They didn't say how many times you have to do it. A lot of times we will count ourselves out because we will disqualify ourselves. And you got to be able to travel to Massachusetts at least 3 times within the contract period. Did you hear that? It didn't say 30 times. It didn't say 60 times. You got to be able to go there at least 3 times because a lot of your coaching can be done virtually over Zoom, and they're not going to be they'll probably get 1 coaching session per month per leader. And if they have 6 leaders, that will be 6 calls per month. So this is where, it tells you what your submission requirements are. You got to propose your plan. You got to come up with your budget. And then they tell you right here, all bidding such as this one that is $250,000 or less, they're going to give that advantage to the small business people. So all us who have small businesses, there's the advantage right there. Again, it's showing you that the maximum is $100,000. So this is basically a $200,000 contract. I'm telling you, if you are ready to pursue this, put ready in the chat. Put ready in the chat. What are you scared of? It's a yes or a no. And if you don't know how to pursue things like this, why are you not in our proposal writing mastermind? Why are you not in the mastermind? Because we walk you through this. This is how my folks win contracts over and over and over again. I'm going to move back up to the top so you can see. This is real. This is the Department of Education for Massachusetts. And then they give you all of the background that you need, along with the documents to help you to prepare your response. I don't know how much easier it can get, but you got to stop being scared. It tells you topic 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're looking for needs assessment, evaluation, innovation, designing of a continuum of services for equitable talent development. Look here, what else can they do for you? They give you everything that they've done around the tiers 1, 2, and 3, how they are looking to expand best practices. They give you what they're doing years 1 through 5 for implementation. And all you got to do is be willing to go after it. How many of you all are really willing to go after it? See, a lot of us, we talk the talk, but we don't want to do the work. We don't really want to, do what is needed, because the opportunity is sitting right here. I'm going to try to come to you all every day for the rest of this month, or at least a few times a week, to share some of these opportunities with you, because you've spent your career solving problems for other people. You've been building systems for other people and changing the lives of the students, the families, the community that you work in. The only difference between a teacher and a consultant is the invoice that we send in. The money is already there. It's already available for you. It's already in their budget. The question is, are you going to get a piece of it or not? I want you educators to get out here and get paid like the experts that you are, that I know that you are, and that you know that you are. And once you're ready to do that, you will see that the sky is the limit. You can make way more money. That contract right there is probably going to be, at most, with all of the prep, all of the time that you'll use, a maximum of 30 days to make $100,000. What do you have to do right now to make $100,000 in a year? And are you even making $100,000? And then they've already told you, we want you to come back the second year to finish the work. So they've already put the pot of money to the side. They've already said, hey, we're going to put this money to the side. You see, they already have it set up right here. They have it set up for you. And they said, we're going to put this to the side because we know we need this work. Share this with your gifted educators, people who are experts in personalized learning, advanced learning, gifted and talented. Share this with them so that they can pursue this, because this is an amazing opportunity and you just have to be willing to go after it. So I hope this helps. I hope that somebody is able to win this contract and change your life. And if you don't know how to pursue it, come on, set up a call with me so I can show you what you need to do so that we can go out here and get this money. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great rest of your day.